Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Talk Show. I am Dr. Nik Nikam, and we are coming to you on YouTube and also Google Plus. Please visit our YouTube channel, which is Nik Nikam, where we have more than 900 videos accenting our experience here in the United States. We also have a Facebook page, which is Triple N Media, and we would like you to please visit our Facebook page and like it, where we bring you the latest buzz from Houston and from around the world. Today I have been overpowered by 4 engineers. Let's see if I can survive the hour, but I want to welcome my friends from the American Society of Indian Engineers from Houston, and starting off right next to my right is Vishal Merchant, and next to him is Naresh Kohli, right? Naresh Kohli, and then next to him is Basav Raju, and to his right is Dinesh Shah. Gentlemen, you want to give one sentence introduction about yourselves, and we'll talk about the American Society of Engineers, and during second half of the hour we're going to talk about bullet train in Texas, pros and cons. Okay.
Hi. So let me get this thing started. Thank you very much for having us here. It's absolutely our pleasure. We really welcome the opportunity to come here and represent American Society of Indian Engineers. I myself am Vishal Merchant, former president of ASIE. I'm currently employed in the position of a senior project manager for Johnston LLC.
Hi everybody, I'm Naresh Kohli with Geotest Engineering. Thank you for the opportunity, Dr. Nikam. I'm the current president of American Society of Indian Engineers and Architects. Raj.
Thanks, Naresh. Thank you, Dr. Nikam, for hosting us. Really appreciate it.
Close. You have to hold the mic.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Nikam, for hosting us. Really appreciate the opportunity here to come talk about ASIE. My name is Basav Raju. I'm a former president of ASIE for last year, currently on the council this year. And right now I'm actually working as a senior project manager in transportation at a firm called H&TB.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
I'm Dinesh Shah. I'm vice president for ASIE, also the publicity and public relations chair. I'm in my own business, commercial real estate development, under Shah Companies and Business Diversity Corporation. Thank you.
In addition to that, Dinesh Shah is also a great community leader and a cultural icon here in the Houston area, I should say.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's start off with, give us a little bit overview of American Society of Indian Engineers.
So, about our organization, we are a Houston, Texas-based non-profit organization. Now we have been active in the engineering field in the Houston area for about 20 years. We just celebrated our 20th anniversary, I believe, a couple of years back.
That's correct.
21st year right now, is that correct?
22nd.
22nd, actually. Yeah.
Hey, I've been removed for a while. But yes, American Society of Indian Engineers does a lot of good things for the professional development of engineers of Indian as well as the local origins. We are welcoming all kinds of engineers with open arms, along with doing all the professional development stuff. One of the things that I'm really proud about American Society of Indian Engineers and Architects is we bring in a lot of money through all of our efforts. We host prominent people, politicians like the mayors. We host the directors of public works and engineering, judges, council members, and all kinds of people that are influential. We raise a lot of money. And what do? We take that money, we keep on saving. We have great leaders like Naresh here, our current president. They have a board which sits actively, meets once every month. And whatever money is saved, we take that and we put it towards scholarship. So over the last few years, we average about $10,000, which for an organization of our like is probably the highest, literally in town. Because other organizations that do similar kind of activities as us average about $3,000 to $4,000. So which is really impressive. And what happens is behind the scenes with our organization, there's a lot of people, a lot of good people like Dinesh Shah and a lot of people that couldn't be here with us, unfortunately, but they volunteer a lot of their personal time and a lot of good comes out of it.
Naresh, you are the current president, and tell us what's the mission of American Society of Engineers and what kind of plans you have for the current year?
The ASIE was established by a bunch of engineers, Indian engineers at the time, like in 1994, and then it was established with a specific objective of grouping together engineers and technicians of the Indian origin to help them with the networking and then the career development, and also the students who come from India and also as well as the Indian origin. We want to help them to get success in their career paths.
Raj,
Yes, sir.
you want to add something?
Yeah, about the mission?
Yeah,
No.
the overall American Society of Indian Engineers.
No, absolutely. I think one thing I want to say is Vishal and Naresh hit upon the most important points about what we are and why we exist. We do have multiple goals, like Vishal was saying, but one of the things we really pride upon is the fact that we definitely enable a lot of professional development in the engineering community as a whole, but also we are able to, I would say the better way to put it is to excite and create a new source of excitement within the younger generation for engineering and think about engineering. So we do actually have a lot of programs in place, like mentorship and some of the things we're going to get into in detail later on, which kind of excite about engineering and science as a topic for the high school students, and then also provide a source of opportunity for networking and professional development, and is a platform for finding new opportunities for some of the students in the undergraduate and graduate program. In the undergraduate and the graduate program.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Dinesh, and before you start, I have to say that you have contributed so much to our community and to the city of Sugarland. You have been a great leader, and you have been here for most of the 20 years. So tell us how American Society of Indian Engineers has evolved.
Well, I'm in Houston since 1975, and I joined ASIE about 10 years ago as a life member.
Yeah.
The ASIE started in 1994 by Hasmukh Doshi and Mr. Sanghani and Navid Seth. They are the three original founders, and gradually it expanded. And to be honest with you, the last 5 years, when Vishal became the president, it was really made a good progress. Then, of course, Raj has did a fantastic job, and Naresh is doing very well. And our membership has increased almost like 4 times, 5 times. Naresh can give you the numbers also. But our main goal is the focus on the students and young engineers. We being a senior engineers and older people, we are helping this and giving good mentoring also. So I think ASIE has really done very well. I'm very happy.
It's fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Triple Lane Talk Show. I am Dr. Nik Nikam, and we are talking about the American Society of Indian Engineers in Houston, and my guests are Vishal Merchant, Naresh Kohli, Chetan we don't have Chetan Vyas, do we? No, okay. Raj Basavaraj and Dinesh Shah. Okay, let's talk about who are your officers and how often do you all meet?
Yeah, sure. By constitution, we are a board of 9 members, and then everybody gets. Actually, we changed the bylaws recently to have a good succession planning in place, so we actually stagger the board. And right now, we have 9 members on the board. 4 of them are executive committee, and that's how it's always been. Yeah. And we have 5 council members. And the board. Right now we have Naresh Kohli, obviously geotest engineering. He's the president. Yeah. We have Dinesh Shah, who is the Shah Company's vice president. We have Sai Gautami Asam. She's a mechanical engineer with the Versabar. She's our treasurer. And we have a gentleman by the name Gaji Patel, who works for the City of Houston. He's our secretary this year. And then the additional board members, you have already mentioned Chetan Vyas with KIT, then Madhu Kilambi with ARC Engineers. Pulkesh Patel also works for KIT. Bharat Taylor in the private industry, and Avinash Patel, who just joined the board this year. He's retired. And then and from the council, we have some past presidents and past vice presidents. Shauri Nandagiri, he's our chairman this year on the advisory council. Yeah. Mr. Ravi Arora, one of the oldest members of the organization since the beginning. And then Vishal Merchant, of course.
I see.
And then we have a lady, one of the eminent architects in the community, Bhavna Patel, and then myself, who is in the council this year.
So how do new people find out about your organization?
Hey, so about our organization, one of the best places to find out about us is obviously our website. Now, even before we get to talking about the website, being involved with ASIE for so many years, I never really figured out how complicated it could be to have a website or to run a website. But this has been quite an experience, all right? And it's not even funny. So I'll take you back like 6 years
If
back.
you're an engineer and you're telling me setting up a website, I'm a cardiologist.
But, so to answer your question again, I feel like the best way now is to absolutely go to our website. Our website is www.asiehouston.org, and the website is up and running. Is being updated much regularly than it was in the past, and it's got a completely new look. And the only reason why it has a completely new look is, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of our good people, they're all doing this on a voluntary basis. There is no salary here. But they came together. I believe a lot of the overhauling of the website happened under Raj's leadership when he was the president. And right now, I'm sure Naresh spearheads it. But I've seen the website recently, and man, it has come leaps and bounds. So you definitely have to check out our website. Also, another good way to do it is if you can go to our website, probably you can leave us your contact information through the contact us page. And what we do is on a monthly basis, we have at least 2 to 3 rounds of email distribution where we announce our membership meetings, where we take very active participation in our community. If there is, the community is getting affected by any news, for instance, in the past, we had an Indian restaurant which had burned down, which had for the first time in a very long time resulted in casualties of firefighters who came running in with no regard for their own safety and unfortunately perished. We started raising money for them, we send out information regarding that. We team up with a lot of local people to do that. We also send out information about condolences when people in our community unfortunately pass away. So the website, and definitely if you can give us your email information, then we could put you in our distribution list, and then you wouldn't know how to get us out of your inbox.
Also, what we do whenever we have
Microphone.
Also, what we do whenever we have the event, we just go through the publicity and the prior and after that also in the local newspaper and also on your show and all that. So that's where people also find out about the organization.
John F. Kennedy said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, what you can do for your country. If I'm a new engineer, what can you do for me as a ASIE Houston?"
As a ASIE, once you join the membership, it opens a lot of doors for you. You can become, you'll get in touch with eminent professionals in the greater Houston area, and also a lot of corporate members, and also we have about 24 corporate members currently. Those are companies owned by Indians and also as well as the local companies here. So
it's a great way for somebody new in town to get to know the business and also network with like-minded professionals.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it becomes, once you join the organization, it becomes like a family, and then you'll get in touch with the personal on a day-to-day basis. You don't even think of them like meeting them and talking to them, but once you get to the organization, you'll get introduced to those people, and then very influential people. And then also on the technical side, you can ask any questions then.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
On the technical aspects also, people get a lot of help from senior members, like for example, Dinesh is here.
Yeah, just hold on. That's okay. That's why I don't like this battery operated nonsense.
I can use this.
Do you want him to use this for them?
You all have to speak up real
loud.
Try that. Yeah, let me turn this on. Because the battery
Here you go, buddy.
totally. Let me turn it on. Okay.
So as I mentioned earlier,
Hold on.
oh, sorry.
You'll be mentioning it again.
Okay, go ahead. You had to hold it close. Yeah.
So we have a lot of eminent professionals, those we get in touch with, and then get in contact and career-based help, as well as the technical help also at the ASIE.
Let me see. It was off, so. Okay, let's repeat that.
Okay.
Go for it.
So when you push it up, it's on, correct?
yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
That's where I can say it. Okay, go ahead.
Let's start from there.
Yeah.
So the technical aspects, you will get a lot of help from the senior members, and also some legal issues. People have a lot of legal questions, so some of the professionals, we can ask them questions and they can answer your questions also.
I see. What about like engineering students or even college students who are interested in the engineering field? Can they be part of your system, and how can they benefit?
Raj, you wanna go?
Yeah, sure. No, absolutely. Thanks, Naresh. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir. That is definitely one of the demographic that we focus on moving forward, and we do actually have a lot of student members within our membership mix who obviously attend some of the local universities, especially University of Houston. That's actually been one of our marquee institutions that we cater to. We have also had a lot of requests from Texas A&M. We are still working on including them in the greater Houston area, demographic footprint. And then, of course, we also have some students from Rice University. So those are primarily the two graduate institutions that we have been working with, and we have had a lot of students who join our ranks. And a lot of them tell us during the networking events, and I've seen a lot of emails, and I'm sure some of the other board members have seen too. They would make that connection. They would follow our guidance, show up to the meetings, do the networking, and then follow up either for, like Naresh was saying, either for technical help or for job opportunities or for professional development or to expand their network. And so it's kind of like a multitude of things that you can do. And then we also, like I said earlier, we also cater to some of our needs to high school students, in the sense that we started a what we call
Mentor program? Yeah,
we were thinking about the mentorship program, but one thing we have started doing is we have actually attended some of the high schools, their math clubs, and then we have made presentations on what ASI can do for them.
I see.
So that they could reach out to us eventually when they have decided to pursue engineering as a profession.
So what kind of activities do you all have during the year?
We have, at a bare minimum, 12 events that we do every year. But, off late we try to do even more. Of the 12 events, it was kind of in our previous constitution, it was a deal that everybody signed on to, where we had to do one presentation once a month. And we still keep on doing that. I think we have eliminated that from our bylaws. However, at the same token, it's such a beautiful thing. Some of the events involve inviting some of the prominent speakers to come and talk about technical stuff. All right, we're talking about technical engineering stuff. It could range anywhere from the petrochemical industry to just the general civil engineering industry, and on we could go about that. Along with that, our former presidents and our current presidents have instituted field trips, which I find very interesting and a great concept. Some of the field trips include going to places like a water treatment plant. Now, we all sit in the office, we all do engineering. But the bottom line is, whether it's for our professional development as professionals who've been in the field for a very long time, or it's for the professional development of younger people, there is nothing like in engineering as to actually go out there and to hear it from the horse's mouth. And so what some of our field trips accomplish is that. And then also we do social events. We've had bowling socials in the past. We have a picnic once a year. Again, our picnic is absolutely free to our membership. There have been times where we picked up tabs upwards of $2,000 and not a single member was charged a single dollar, because we're very frugal with our money, but when it comes time to give back to the community, we do an equally good job. And event that we really pride ourselves on, which has become kind of an entertainment spectacular, has been happening for the last 3 or 4 years. We hosted at the end of the year, we call it our Diwali/Christmas Gala. And again, it's absolutely free. We've had dance performances, we've had stand-up comedians. Again, we have prominent members of our community come and speak. And it's been a complete entertainment bonanza. As a matter of fact, I myself look forward to going to one of these. And it's a beautiful collaboration between us, the American Society of Indian Engineers and Architects, and India House.
And to kind of piggyback on what Vishal just said, a couple of things we do is, as part of the technical presentations that we do, one of the key things for our membership base is providing what we call professional development credits, which is PDHs. And then one of the things that we started doing since last year, or even under Vishal's leadership, I think, was an exposure to the members to some of the products, that the engineering products that.
That's true.
Yeah, one of the I think one of the marquee things we talked about last December was the new technologies in pipes for water, and then also on top of it, we do some what we call the social events, which is what Vishal was talking about for the Diwali event. But we've also done what we call bowling socials, where we bring some of the younger members together for them to have an evening of connections and things like that. And we have also done the picnic for the families, to kind of include the families. And Naresh is pointing to me to that. We have also hosted the mayor of Houston in the past, and then we've also actually done that this year.
I mean, we could go as far back as Bill White, as recent as Mayor Anish Parker, and then it doesn't get any better than our current mayor, Sylvester Turner.
Yeah, I was there for that.
From what I understand, he says that he's a really good friend and supporter.
That's wonderful.
That's a wonderful thing for our community.
Does your association interact with other associations in any manners?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we participate with the Chamber of Commerce on some of the social community event, and recently we had a farewell for the Consul General, and also new Consul General arrived. At that time, we all association participate together.
Okay, let's ask our president one final question. So, what do you plan to do this year, different from the previous years?
This year it's not actually different, but we had more members come in this year, and then we had more corporate members. Before we used to ask them to become members, but with the presidency of Vishal and Raj's leadership, we became like a prolific organization in the greater Houston area, so where people are interested and they become members. So it's we want to continue that tradition and then grow as a good organization in the Houston area.
Another reason why is, this fellow is very humble. He won't say it, but every time he's picking up the microphone and talking, all he's doing is praising everyone around him, right? And he says, because of me, and because of Raj, and because of Dinesh. But truth be told, he's very humble, grounded, down to earth. He does a great job of representing ASIE, and probably he's one of the main reasons. I mean, he's the face of the thing.
That's great.
And so I really wanted to give some credit to him, because I don't think he's going to do it for himself.
No, that's very well said. But I think to kind of piggyback on what Naresh was saying, I think you were basically saying that nothing really different, meaning what he's saying is we are piggybacking on all the successes we've had in the last 3 or 4 years, and we have actually come up with, I mean, not necessarily, there is no silver bullet, but I think we are kind of getting there to the fact that we do have a good mix of technical versus social versus, political events that, that's a combination of something that we can continue to to deliver.
As a cardiologist and as an outsider, maybe I can attest to the vibrancy of the American Society of Indian Engineers because I was the president of the Indian Doctors Association, and I've been with the Indian Doctors Association for the past 30 years, and I have been associated with your ASIE for the last few years, and I can see how vibrant your group is, and plus also I get free lunch.
Well, that's
Like
great.
he said.
That's a long story.
Welcome every month.
Besides that, well, ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching Triple N Talk Show. I am Dr. Nik Nikam, and we are talking about the American Society of Indian Engineers. And along with me are here Vishal Merchant and Naresh Kohli and Raj Basavaraju and Dinesh Shah. And let's go out where they can get in touch with your association. And then during the second half of this program, and we are going to talk about bullet trains in Texas. Is Texas ready, or are we ready? Okay.
Yes, so you can reach out to us. You can check us out on our website. It's www.asiehouston.org.
You can also email at ASIE and you can also email us obviously at asiehouston@gmail.com.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and also visit our Facebook page, which is Triple N Media, and we will see you in the next video presentation of bullet trains in Texas. Is it time for the bullet trains?